The day begins. What kind of a day? Is it going to be a surf day or a skateboard day? Only the surf check will tell. The surf sucks. We're going skateboarding. Lights out. Sun's on. Skateboarders are an odd bunch. When the sign says no, they say yes. When the sign says stop, they say go. They're afraid of nothing. Pain is part of the pleasure. Pier, the old pier. Good place to watch the young up-and-coming Red Hots work out. Modern skateboards are sure a lot nicer than those ones we used back in the mid-60s. Modern trucks, modern composition wheels, hardly ever slide out. Skateboarding's a fun sport. This is Ed Nadlin, one of my old friends. And Russ Howell. Russ Howell was not short on muscle power. Some of the guys prefer riding on the sidewalk. A lot of things that are dangerous on the sidewalk. You got pedestrians, bicycles, cracks. There's another thing down there really dangerous. It's a dog they call Sir Chomsalot. He likes skateboards as part of his regular diet. Have some pain. It's good for you. It builds character. This guy here was showing off for his girlfriend. He was having a good time. And once again, the sidewalk gets him. I think this one was attributed to gravel. This was just pure inexperience. Watch this girl hit the boy right in the head. What's your girlfriend? You're Here's a skateboarder leaving school. Seems like they used to do a lot of that. Bob Nishi on the inclines. Guy sprained his ankle. Bob Nishi in the dirt. Another fellow in the dirt. It's bad enough to get hurt and you try and get back up. One of your buddies comes in and starts kicking you. Come on, get up, you punk. You're not hurt that bad. This is a reservoir they used to skate around in. It doesn't look too dangerous. Actually, it isn't, physically, but there was an area in the bottom of it they called the polio pond. That was dangerous because if you wind up in it, none of your buddies are going to get near you for about 6 months. There was a lot of really choice stuff in there. Let a nose wheelie all the way around. Santa Ana River had some good inclines on it too. Here's Nishi showing how it's done. This kid was 4 or 5 years old when he was doing this. We had to pay him a lot of money to get him to do this. He had no fear. Told him to take a dive. He did, no fear. He wanted more money for that though. All right, pay me, come on, give me the money. There, thanks. Swimming pools, this is how the verticals started. They've gotten more extravagant over the years, but this is how it began. The object was to get as high in the pool as you can, up into the tile, where it gets slippery. The Mount Baldy pipeline is a different sort of vertical bowl structure. A huge storm drain. There are guys in there that don't have cans, guys that never see the sun. They live underground like moles. They've got this place wired. Stylist was a fellow named Greg Weaver. He was really smooth on everything he ever did. This is Miguel Munoz, son of a famous surfer named Mickey Munoz. Skating with flares, you want to make sure you're in the lead of the pack rather than the tail end. The things can get pretty smoky. This is a place we call driveways. Bob Nishi showing how the driveways are worked properly. It's best to do this when the neighbors aren't home. Sometimes they don't like people rooting through their flower beds at 35 miles an hour. Greg Weaver. Hangnail, the worst you ever got hurt. Going for a jump. Sidewalks for the bigger kids. They go faster. This fellow's a ski instructor, you can tell. This is One Dog Power. I was talking to the dog's ear about all the food he's going to give him when he gets home, so the dog really puts on the juice. Then you can go to Two Dog Power. This guy's talking to the two dogs about the kitty that's up there up the street, sitting on that trash can. Get the kitty. Get the kitty. You can hear him chanting. They really poured on too. This guy was doing about 30 knots. He had them matched for power. Get the kitty. There's a lizard. My favorite skating is on the open road. No obstacles, like skiing deep powder. We filmed this in La Costa. They had all these brand new roads built and no houses. And nobody there. It was really nice. The best way to keep the open road open is by keeping the road closed. That way the only vehicles that are on the road are the lift cars. Here's another load coming up. This is Chris Yandell. They call him the Wild Man from Samoa, and he was hot. This is Steve Cathay. He was one of the regulars for Gordon and Smith on the Fiberflex. Really a smooth rider. Nose wheelie, a downhill nose wheel. Wild Samoan charges off down the hill. He got into the heat waves, it looked like his shirt was on fire. Torger Johnson and the guys out of the 60s. They had a skateboard contest there one afternoon. It's called Skate Junk. They had every kind of piece of equipment imaginable laying in that pile. God knows what it was worth. They started inventing maneuvers right before our very eyes. Balls spot right in the middle of his head. Figure out Steve Cathay was able to do this without getting sick or falling down. This is the first example of a piggyback nose wheel you'd ever seen. Back pocket size skateboard. It's called a Gorilla Grip. I get up over curves. If you want to learn how to be a good skateboarder, you got to spend a lot of time rolling around in the dirt. Well, this guy's real serious because he's got dirt all over him. Where's the gear, guys? There's a guy in the middle there with a broken arm going up to see if he can break the other one. These guys are fearless. They'll stop at nothing to become proficient. There's nothing like a beautiful woman to inspire you to do things that you've never done before. For example, Garrison Hitchcock saw that and decided to go 55 miles an hour with no shoes on. I know he was going that fast because I was driving the car. Safety gear hadn't been thought of yet. That was still another couple of weeks down the line. The curb. So Looks like over the shoulder going that fast. This is a much steeper hill than it looks on the film. How about doing 50 and getting the wobbles? Make your adrenaline go. This guy had been down. He's going home to take the gravel out of his back and try and grow some more skin. Chewy Madrigal showed up one day with a leather jacket, gloves, and a helmet. Even though it was a hot Santana day, it seemed like a good idea. He'd seen what happened to the guys who weren't wearing any gear. Where's the beer, guys?
Speed up.
This is the Signal Hill Downhill Contest. It was one of the first contests they had that actually offered money. The prize was $1,000. It was a hot day. It was so hot you couldn't stand around. In fact, it was so hot that a lot of people couldn't even think. Everybody showed up. They showed up with some strange-looking skateboards. I'd never seen one with a fairing on it before. But that's what they were running. Garrison Hitchcock making the run. He kind of surprised me at the bottom. He had a parachute on that thing. The more safety equipment, the merrier in a deal like that. These boards are built for speed. This guy's on his knees. If I was going that fast, I'd be on my knees praying too. Human cannonball. They had developed a lot of techniques for stopping. If you didn't have a parachute, you could drag anything you could. Hands, feet. Chewy used both. Chewy Madrigal. Yeah, we got the wobbles. Guy Grundy. He put his head down to get a little bit more speed. I think he lost his bearings there, and his skateboard went into the crowd like a lawnmower. Nobody got hurt. Tough bunch. This is the guy that won it. He was a longshoreman from Long Beach. He just nailed a couple of skateboard trucks to a 2x4 and went for it. Fastest on the hill. That was his brother. They were both big fellows. I think weight and gravity had something to do with the increase in speed. Here's a cat that got into somebody's beer somewhere along the line. The cat was having a wonderful day. Here's Skitch Hitchcock. He was one of the best at the time, too. There's much he couldn't do. Very proficient. A real professional, but like any pro in any field, once in a while you gotta take 5 and sit down and think about what you're talking about, what you're doing. How are you doing it right? Try and get up and walk after that. Guy Grundy. was the oldest lift car on the hill. So hot the car melted. Greg Weaver. This is the first time we saw the luge riding. It's gone a long way since then, but this is how it started. Grab your package, aim them downhill, and go as fast as you can. This fellow was fast. Yeah, who knows, in a couple of years this guy might be the world champion. The best way to do it, start him young. Show some style. Maybe tomorrow the surf will be good. The next day, the surf was good. The Santanas were howling, using your surfboard as a sail and a good skateboard, and you can be down the beach in no time at all. The surfing's for another film. We'll show that one later.